In the summer of 2021, a young couple set out on what was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. Gabby Petito, a 22-year-old aspiring travel blogger, and her fiancé Brian Laundrie, 23, packed their lives into a van and embarked on a cross-country road trip across America. It was a journey filled with the promise of love, freedom, and exploration. But little did anyone know, this romantic escapade was on a collision course with tragedy. Gabby and Brian appeared to be the perfect couple, sharing their adventures with the world through social media. Their posts painted a picture of harmony and happiness, but beneath the surface, something much darker was brewing. As they journeyed from the bustling streets of New York to the wild beauty of Wyoming, the cracks in their relationship began to show. On August 12, 2021, in the small town of Moab, Utah, a disturbing incident unfolded that would later become a crucial piece of the puzzle. A concerned witness called 911, reporting a domestic disturbance. Gabby and Brian had been fighting, and the situation escalated to the point where police were called. Body cam footage captured Gabby in tears, visibly distressed, while Brian appeared calm, almost too calm. The officers separated the couple for the night, but there was no arrest and no charges were filed. They were allowed to go on with their journey, but something wasn't right. Days passed, and Gabby continued to share glimpses of their trip on social media. But behind the idyllic photos of nature and adventure, there were signs, subtle yet telling, that something was terribly wrong. The last post on Gabby's Instagram came on August 25th. A simple photo of her smiling, the caption reading, "Happy Halloween." It seemed out of place, almost eerie, considering the time of year. Then silence. Gabby's family grew increasingly concerned as they lost contact with her.
I worried. I told her to be careful, be safe, make sure to be aware of your surroundings. Don't trust everybody. But I felt safe because she was with Brian, and I felt like she would be okay.
Days turned into weeks, and the worry turned into dread. On September 1st, Brian Laundrie returned home to Florida, alone, driving the van they had shared. But Gabby was nowhere to be found. Brian's return without Gabby set off alarm bells. When Gabby's parents reached out, desperate for answers, Brian offered none. He refused to speak, refused to cooperate with the investigation. And then, as if the situation couldn't get any more perplexing, Brian vanished. September 14th, the day Brian Laundrie seemingly disappeared into thin air. His parents reported him missing, claiming he had gone for a hike in the nearby Carlton Reserve. But was it just a hike? Or was this a calculated escape plan? As law enforcement and search teams scoured the unforgiving landscape, the nation watched with bated breath. The questions hung heavy in the air. Where was Gabby? And what had happened during those final days in the wilds of Wyoming? The answers wouldn't come easy. It was a race against time, and as the days dragged on, the hope of finding Gabby alive began to dwindle. On September 19, 2021, the search for Gabby came to a heartbreaking end. Her remains were discovered in a remote area of the Grand Teton National Forest, hidden away from the world in a place so quiet, so serene, it was hard to imagine such horror had occurred there. The coroner's report confirmed the worst. Gabby had been strangled, her life brutally cut short. The young woman who had once dreamed of seeing the world, now reduced to a tragic statistic. But what could have led to such a violent end? The discovery of Gabby's body only intensified the search for Brian. He had become the prime suspect, and now the manhunt was on. But Brian was nowhere to be found, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and shattered lives. The disappearance of Brian Laundrie turned into a media frenzy. Theories swirled, from sightings in remote locations to speculation that he might have taken his own life. As the days turned into weeks, the pressure mounted on law enforcement to find him. But Brian remained elusive, almost like a ghost. Was he hiding in the Carlton Reserve, using his knowledge of survival to evade capture? Or was he already far away, hidden in plain sight? The suspense kept everyone on edge, waiting for the next twist in the tale. And then, on October 20th, 2021, the search finally came to a close. Deep within the Carlton Reserve, skeletal remains were found, alongside a notebook and personal items belonging to Brian Laundrie. The remains were soon confirmed to be his, and within the pages of that notebook lay the grim confession: Brian admitted to killing Gabby.
And with the revelation tonight from a coroner in Wyoming that Gabby Petito was strangled to death. The 22-year-old's body was found in Wyoming more than 3 weeks ago.
The story that had captivated and horrified the nation now had its tragic conclusion. But even as the truth emerged, it brought little solace. Gabby was gone, and Brian, the one person who might have explained why, had taken his secrets to the grave. Although the case was closed by officials. But do you ever wonder, just like we do, what if the truth of this case was something entirely different? What if a third person was involved, changing everything we think we know? Since Brian's body was found in such a highly decomposed state, it couldn't conclusively determine the cause of his death. This raises the question: what if Brian didn't die the way we've been led to believe? Could there have been someone else involved, possibly altering the course of events or even staging the scene? The uncertainty surrounding the cause of Brian's death opens the door to speculation that there might be more to this story than what's been revealed.